Well, it's definitely wasn't a issue with the settings on my television. They weren't set to be they're set to a normal standard, so all right. I'm thinking I'm just gonna probably head back to Sanctuary, get a couple hours of sleep, and then start heading west, because this is kind of a busted mission. And I'm wondering if it's just so dark out because there's no moon, or you know what the situation is. It's the textures or part of the overhaul. So we're going, you know, ultra immersion. Oops, we got a little something to shoot at though. Let's see if we can make this work at this range. Should have been a hit. This is going to turn into a shitstorm. I mean, I can do center mass, but should be able to do better than center mass. This is not good. Because when they come up over that hill, it's going to be the only chance I've got. And with their improved AI, they could come up in all kind of different directions. This makes me nervous, like dancing around with a bunch of friggin' shotgun wielding raiders in the middle of the night. This might not have been the best idea I've ever had. I just had to test the accuracy of my weapons before we really got into the shit. Alright, they were withdrawn. I shouldn't have to go for center mass. I should be able to just do my headshots. That was to the right. That was my mistake. Alright, we're going to try a different weapon here. Oops, that was to the right, to my left. My mistake. Oh! Better move. This is not exactly going to be easy. I mean, we should be topping out on the range, but there's still no reason why I shouldn't be scoring hits. A hunting rifle could be doing it, could be able to do that, make that shot. And if it's not at least as accurate as a hunting rifle, I really, quite frankly, can't use it. I mean, you know, it appears that they kind of get that they're not going to be able to figure out where I am, so they're not pursuing me. They don't have a courage to do it. Let's try again. Let's do this. I can. Well, this guy's not moving, so I hit him center mass. So this is accurate enough to get it done. This one, unfortunately, is leaving a little bit to be desired. That was to my left. That was my mistake. See, they're battle buddying up, so. Now, if that wasn't a hit, I don't know why it wasn't a hit. Sure, it would be nice to have a spotter. I mean, if that wasn't a dead on, right on the headshot. I just don't think that this rifle, despite its being advertised as being very accurate, I just do not think that it is going to meet my expectations of what's going to be required in the field as far as accuracy goes. I mean, I still have 3 enemies. That was to my left. I'm gonna just sit out here all night and burn ammo. Not really my idea of fun. But the test had to be done. Son of a bitch. Alright. I mean, it's not, they're injured. Trying to shoot just a little to the left of center to see maybe if I can kind of sight my own scope in. Yep, it's a little on the left. Ouch. Make sure I'm not taking a bleed. Yeah, I am. I don't have the medical supplies to sit out here and mess around with this too much either. Okay. Agility and science were kind of my next steps. If I get science, then I'll be able to construct some optics for West Tech. So I'm gonna go with a little more intelligence. Because clearly, as dark as it is out here, I'm gonna need optics. Shot him right in the nuts. Alright, let's move to the other side. Make them think that there's maybe 2 or more snipers out here. Okay, last one, and then I'm going to move up on it. He's standing still. I'm going to go with my more accurate rifle. Man, they don't stand much of a chance when I aim for their balls in their ass, so that's not exactly the strategy I want to employ. My strategy that I'd like to employ would be taking their heads off at this range. And I feel safe enough to probably move on this site now at this point. I think I've dropped most, if not all of them. And we've got daylight break-in, so coming up soon. I would expect it's probably, I don't know, 4:30. Yep, pretty damn close. Of course, if we're going to cross with an automatic. Got my nice little R91, kind of like a FN, FAL sort of thing from Fallout 3. Would be the assault rifle from Fallout 3. Now I do understand that the bullets are going to lose a little power over distance. That is to be expected. But, you know, 308 should be a man-dropping weapon. It ranges right around those, I would think. Super mutants, on the other hand, that might be a different story. But I think the issue is not of power, but of accuracy. you, dog meat. I mean, these Chinese assault rifles really are nothing to mess with. You do not want to get close up on enemies with those, because they will hurt you. I had a lot of them right that kind of clustered right up in this tree line here. So I took his arm off. And it's a good possibility that some of the bodies will slide down the hill. So I kind of look backwards for that. Just kind of sweeping back and forth, you know, going up the hill. And that way I know I've got, you know, cover at least a little bit. If I need to retreat kind of back down the hill a little bit. Nighttime operations are not going to be something I'm going to be running all too often. Until I can build some better optics. Now I've got some optics. I just don't think they do anything. I don't have them programmed for anything because I'm not skilled in science. It's quite shameful that I can't even find the bodies of the enemies I did drop. Because I really would like a return on that 308 that I had to burn to kill them. And I expected a lot of them had fallen all pretty much right around in this area. Alright, they're getting a little easier to see now the sun's coming up. Yeah, nighttime operations, I just don't think it's going to fly. Just too risky. And then I can't even be certain I can collect the loot, so it's going to be daytime operations from here on out until I get optics. And unfortunately, still the Accuracy International is just not there at the range I need it to be. I see it's supposed to be at 311, 112, but it's just something about the sight alignment's off. This one's much better. So it says you have such excellent range. Okay, at 311, accuracy at 112. So something is clearly wrong here. I don't know if it's sight alignment or what. But I could do a lot more with that second 308. And clearly I can only handle the weight of one sniper rifle. What in the hell is this? A safe in the middle of a... It's either a trap or... It's gotta be a trap. I cannot justify why such a thing would be just sitting out in the middle of the freaking wilderness.
Stay there, boy.
And I'm going around here with an assault rifle because I don't like the idea of what the hell is going on here. Silt bean is good. Alright, let's figure out what in the hell. Why is this safe just sitting right there? That makes me feel like if I go up to it, I'll get ambushed over the ridge. So let's just clear, take a little circuitous route here. Let's clear around the area before we run up to that safe. Because there's nothing safe about that. Ah, pardon the pun. I'll make a pun anytime I can because it substitutes for wit. And that I do not have. By and large, I'd say this operation was kind of a failure. Largely due to the fact that I had to expend so much ammunition and got virtually no return.
Hey, follow me.
I mean, just the difference in visibility during the day is it's just going to be too important at this stage in the game. Like right now, I would, if I had a hunting shotgun where I could deal with something that, kind of pops out of the ground, instead of having to burn 5.56, which is kind of hard to connect with at close range sometimes. I wouldn't say the whole operation was completely FUBAR, but it's definitely been it's definitely not been very rewarding. I always kind of look at things in terms of cost-benefit analysis as far as how effective an operation was. Considering that there has been no objective in this operation other than to test the weapons and finding one to be really wanting. Now we've got probably a mole rat. Yeah, we can hit the son of a bitch pretty easy, I think. So. Damn. Just didn't quite have enough ammunition left in the magazine to finish the job. That's called quick scoping. So if you don't have AP, that's one way to do it. So accuracy international is just not gonna be it. It's gonna be the CS5. The McMillan wins today's accuracy test, accuracy field test. For both power, accuracy, and range. Plenty of good forage over here. This will give me a little bit better look about what's going on around us. Okay. I think binoculars should be able to sweep around the corner of this ridge here. See if we can pick up anything interesting. That's the top of the vault, it looks like. And all the way down to the water line. No tents, no structures, no bodies. I think I can pull out my 45 now. 10mm might be a little light, so we'll go with 45. Coming up on these little bastards if they pop out of the ground, or wild dogs, stuff like that. You don't want to get bitten by them. They can cripple you very easily, more easily than you would expect. And to be crippled and have to do field surgery out here, it sucks. But I'm not terribly far away from sanctuary and bed rest, so. But you know, to get crippled, that's always something to be avoided. I'm gonna go back and check out that safe now, because that's still got me a little bit perplexed. What, did it fall out of an airplane or some shit? And I don't see any landmines. It's just crazy. Usually if it doesn't feel right, doesn't look right, I
Nice.
kind of back off of it a little bit, but it's just one of these strange days in the wasteland. Strange day in the wasteland. Whoops, I don't want to hide. Time for a little breakfast, I think. Mutt chop. Sweeping back and forth. Kind of listening maybe for whines or whistles, something that would indicate a dog, other than my own. Because to be able to shoot them with a rifle is far better than letting them get up on me with a 45. I'll put them down either way, but... It's like a shack or a structure there on the opposite ridge. It's junk, but it looks like... Hard to tell what it looks like. I mean, it's something. And that something could be my imagination. But this is agony for you guys. This better locational damage. This is full immersion. So that's why you play it smart and you play it safe. Or you just pack it in. You may as well just stay in that vault. I'm absolutely amazed about how this day has gone. This nighttime operation. Definitely taught me some lessons. Alright, to hell with it. Sick of playing hide and go seek out here. We've got to tighten up that accuracy international. I mean, that sucker has got to be pinpoint for it to be worthwhile. And pound for pound, actually, you know, unfortunately, I would give it actually to the hunting rifle, quite frankly. And head down along the riverbed and clear a couple of things. Looks like a dog up there on the ridge, maybe. Nope. And actually, I'm going to go up on the opposite ridge line because, like was kind of demonstrated last night, in game terms last night, to be able to shoot at enemies across a chasm or something like that, across a ravine, really is going to discourage and give you a tactical advantage. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this episode. We have tested Rule 308, and we have determined that this will be our weapon of choice. It's been Hank. Catch you on the flip side.